So another type of wrong answer choices in central idea and details questions is answer choices that are lightly touched upon. So these are primarily seen in uh, questions based on central idea in the text. So these answer choices, they contain information that is given in the text, but the information is only lightly touched upon and does not form the central theme of the text. So again, obviously, it's important that you read the text very carefully and then look at the answer choices and see which one is lightly touched upon and which one is not. Obviously, it comes with practice, but we'll try to see if we can identify them, in our examples here. So let's look at one. So in this example, the question is, what is the central idea of the text? Now, let's read this text. So text from this: mockingbirds do not do one thing but make music for us to enjoy. They don't eat up people's gardens, don't nest in corn cribs. They don't do one thing but sing their hearts out for us. That's why it's a sin to kill a mockingbird. So if you look at the answer choices, answer choice A describes the beauty of a mockingbird's songs. So it does talk about music, right? The mockingbird's music for us to enjoy, but it's clearly not the central theme of this text, right? Because it talks about many other things too, like not eating up people's gardens, or the other stuff. So clearly, option A contains information that is only lightly touched upon in the text. So option B is the correct answer choice in this case, because it talks about the sinfulness of killing mockingbirds in this. So because here the author concludes that that's why it's a sin. So that is clearly the central idea of the text, right? Now let's get another example. So in this text, the question is again, what's the central idea of the text? Now, when you read this text and you look at the answer choices, you'll find that option A and option C, they both contain information that is only lightly touched upon in the text. So option A says the text contrasts the dichotomy between good and evil, but when you read this text, you'll notice that, okay, it talks about, for good or evil in the superlative degree of comparison only. So if you read this text, you'll notice that for good or evil is only a small part of this text. It's not the central theme of the text. Now, same with option C, that the text explores the character's struggles between hope and despair. So notice that here it was a winter of despair. We had everything before us. We had nothing before us. We are all. So it does talk about hope and despair. But is it the only thing that it talks about? No, right? Because notice that it says it's the best of times. It was the worst of times, right? It's the age of wisdom. It's the age of foolishness. So there's a lot more going on than just uh, struggle between hope and despair, right? So that's why even option C, it contains information that is only lightly touched upon. Now, option B, it says the text highlights the theme of duality and contrast. That captures the essence of the text, because it does highlight this theme. So, because it talks about contrast throughout the text, right? Best of times, worst of times, age of wisdom, age of foolishness. So that's clearly what this text is about.